Welcome to James for Thoughts. Today we are going to discuss about basics of thermodynamics. This is one of the tougher subject. We'll try to simplify it. Okay. As a definition, if you see what is thermodynamics is a branch of science which deals with the study of thermal energy interaction between the system to the surroundings and its effects. Basically, heat energy transfer or interaction between the system and surroundings and what is happening because of the energy transfer between the system to surrounding, like that. Okay, first we should be clear with these terms. One is system, second one is surroundings, third one is boundary. Okay, what is a system? System is nothing but a zone of area or any particular part where the whole study is carrying out, and surroundings are the area which is surrounded by the system. We can take the surrounding to the extreme end or to the nearest point next to the system. All are called as surroundings. Anything apart from systems are called surroundings. Okay, then the third one, this boundary is nothing but the layer, outermost layer of the system. Basically we can say the boundary is the one which is distinguish the system and the surroundings. Okay, this might be a imaginary line or a real one. It varies based on the system that we have started studying. There are two types of boundaries we have. One is rigid boundary and second one is movable one. In case of rigid boundary, where the volume of the system remains constant throughout the study, whereas in the movable boundary the volume of the system will be keep varying. Means the boundary will be keep going on bidirectional or a single direction in some cases, or sometimes it will be expanding, but the boundary will be moving and the system will have a change in volume. Those type of boundaries are called movable boundaries. For example, any cylinders we can take, those are all rigid boundaries. We can take the engine combustion chamber where the piston will be keep moving, or some pump we can take. We can take reciprocating pump where the inner area, the system area will be keep changing. There are three types of system. One is open system, closed system and isolated system. When there is a transfer of energy and mass, both are takes place, then that type of system is called as open system. Some of the examples for those systems are pump, nozzle, turbine, in which the output, means suppose if you take a pump will deliver the water also, and some heat energy also will be dissipated by the system. Whereas in the closed system, only energy will transfer, mass will not transfer. In this case, we just consider cylinder is being kept in a hot sunny day. Okay, because of the temperature difference between the system to surrounding, the system is gaining the energy from the surrounding through sun. We are taking the cylinder as a system, okay, in which the surrounding, the temperature will be more in the sunny morning time. That time the temperature will be gained by the system. Once the sun sets, the surrounding will have a cool temperature. That time the system will start delivering the temperature from the system to surrounding. That time the surrounding will get the temperature. Okay, we can say moon is a very good example for this closed system. It is just getting the sun, getting the light and keeping it with them, and in the night it is giving back the light to the earth. Okay, then the third one is isolated system, in which the energy as well as mass both will not transfer. A sealed flask is a very good example for the isolated system. Okay, and the universe also. In from the universe, nothing will go out and nothing will come in also. Then next, property of a system is any characteristic which can be measured out of it. Either it might be pressure, weight, volume, temperature, entropy, enthalpy, all these things. There are two types of properties in this. One is intensive one and second one is extensive. That is classified based on the mass. Okay. Any property that doesn't depends on mass is intensive properties. If anything which is depending on the mass of the system, then it is called extensive property. For example, temperature is not going to change with respect to the mass. Maybe the time duration to retain the to get the temperature might change, but the temperature remains same. Okay, the density is not going to change. The pressure is not going to change unless and until you are going to do something. Whereas the volume occupied by the particular system will change based on the mass, and the kinetic energy, potential energy, entropy, enthalpy, all these things will change based on the mass. And there are two types of giving measuring these properties. One is the state of system and second one is process of system. State of systems are all point function things, in which you can able to give any data by simply by measuring. Suppose if I am we will consider a process in which we'll plot a PV diagram where the pressure and volume at the point 1 and pressure and volume at the point 2 we can measure and we can tell. Okay, this is called the state of system. It represents the condition of system at particular point. Okay, the process of system is the change in the process that leads the process. Okay, what is the pressure variation creates this process to happen? Those things are called process of system. This is a path function actually. All the properties, transfer functions are called path functions. It is actually inexact differential. All the point functions of exact differential. This can be measured directly, okay, at point 1, point 2 like that. Whereas this one cannot be measured. This has to be calculated always. Suppose if you want to know the know a path function for a particular process, then you have to calculate what is the pressure difference between second point to first point or first point to second point. This is nothing but P2 to minus P1. For you have to make some calculation to find out this path function. Whereas for point function, it will be coming directly. Okay, with this we are coming to the end of today's session, and please comment me if anything I have justified wrong, or is there any simplified way that we can teach this process, teach this elements in the comment. Thank you and happy learning.